Hi, everybody. This is your anonymous medium. I'm going to follow up on a little bit about what the Kobe, when Kobe came to me, and I want to explain a little bit about other people who have come to me. I know I just popped up out of nowhere, and they're like, "What? What are you saying? Are you saying what are you saying is true? Whatever." I just want to say that I've had visiting spirits since I was 6 years old. And my first visiting spirit, I actually saw this one, came into my room, and it was a little boy. I thought it was my brother, and then it came out that it wasn't him. It was my brother was asleep, and this was another person, the spirit that was transparent. And when I began to talk to them, when I realized that, see, it was strange because when you have thoughts that jump into your head, I've had it plenty of times, but I didn't know that they were spirits that were talking to me. It I realized that later in life that I can actually communicate with spirits that way, and I'm not sure my first encounter with a spirit, and when I started to communicate, but it was kind of like a honing experience. I had to sharpen that skill. My mom had this. She had this, and she said that her mom had. I never met her. Never met my grandmother, but she had that same thing. So probably in my 30s is when I realized that I can actually communicate with these spirits. 'Cause I did have thoughts jump into my head, and I wasn't sure what it was or what's going on. I just thought it was my thoughts. In my job, I work at a retirement community, and they have hospice care there, and a lot of people pass away there. That is a hot zone. It was a hot zone when I first started there. It was like, and my coworkers could vouch for me because they were, oh man, I do night shift there, so a lot of spirits were bombarding my brain, and I had a couple of them who didn't want me there. And one of my coworkers saw me, sort of arguing with the spirit. Not really arguing, but I was trying to calm him down. He he was telling me that he didn't want me there, and he was really aggressive, and he was saying, get out, you don't belong here." He was like really aggressive. It was just an aggressive spirit. He's really territorial. I actually got the guy to calm down, and this is all in front of my coworker's eyes, and he's like, "Whoa, what is going on here?" But he had like a spirit box machine that he purchased, a Panasonic thing, and he knew, and on his machine he actually had one of the spirits say something on the machine. This place was incredibly haunted, and these people were afraid to go to certain areas, and they said 3 a.m. was a hot zone. It was like a lot of spirits that were coming alive and turning lights on and off, and doors were opening and closing. And I got there, and yes, it was. I felt it. I can feel spirits. That's the first thing I feel. I feel it, and then I feel it first, and then I feel like then the thoughts jump into my head, and I notice them. The last time I had a spirit say something to me at my job, before I had Kobe came to me. It was an old man, and he said, it was funny because he said, "You don't know that you're dead. No one leans over you and says, 'Hey, you're dead.'" So the people kind of just, when they pass away, they just sit up, and they get up and they walk away, and they just start walking around exploring the building, and they realize that they're they feel a lot healthier and they feel a lot younger and all of that stuff. And I was getting all this from, it was just a random guy who, because spirits, they like to come to me. They are drawn to me. And they just talk and talk and talk. They talk about their lives. They talk about things. It was one lady that her thoughts jumped into my, her communication jumped into my head. And she was begging me to help her. She said that she wasn't dead and she doesn't understand what's going on. And she was begging me to help her. I said, lady, you're dead. You have to understand that. You crossed over. Ask God for forgiveness. I've been doing this to most of the people in the hospice care. Ask God for forgiveness and go towards the light. And a lot that has helped. She magically disappeared, and I've had other people come to me, and the aggressive spirit that I ran into, I said the same thing. I got him to calm down, and I told him to ask for forgiveness. And it was something funny about that guy. He said, I can't go into the light. I did some very bad things. I don't know. I really don't know. But this is what he said. So that's a little bit of my background. Prince came to me after he passed. People normally when it's celebrities, it's normally like a day or two after they pass that they will come to me. And there's no time in the spirit world either, so they can do a million things in a day, and it feel like they're there for 100 years. I really can't explain how it's like that, but yeah, like a day or two after they pass, they normally come to me. Prince did come to me. He came to me and he tapped me on the shoulder. I physically felt a tap on my shoulder. I looked around, and I was at my old job. I looked around and there was no one there. And then I said, what is going on? I'm looking around and then it's like I feel the person's presence and I can recognize it, and I will get images in my head of who it is. And I definitely saw Prince, and he definitely came to me. He's doing fine. He's crossed over. He's crossed into the light, just like Kobe crossed into the light. See, these people who dedicate their lives to God too. You have to dedicate your life to God before you can have all this. If you don't, you're going to most likely go to the bad place. So just get your lives together, guys. Get right with God. And I'm going to hit you back, guys, with some more of my stories and other celebrities that I have had encounters with in the past. So, guys, I hope you have a good day. Thanks for listening. I'll see you again.